Hello, everybody. Today I'm talking about Venus's transit in Sagittarius from 20th of November to 15th December. This is a trouble transit for Venus as it goes through Gandanta and then conjunction with Jupiter, Ketu, Saturn, lots of complex issues. However, the end is a lot better, so watch out for that as well. Hello, I'm Komilla Sutton, and I'm talking today transits. And just a reminder to you that do remember to subscribe, press the bell notification. And also, just to remind you that as we are coming towards the end of 2019, I'll be talking a lot about 2020 and what we can expect. So you don't want to miss out on anything. So Venus in Sagittarius from 20th of November to 15th December. It's a trouble transit for Venus. Firstly, Venus is not always comfortable in Sagittarius. Sagittarius belongs to Jupiter, and Jupiter is the other guru. And so these gurus are rivals with each other, and they don't always work well with each other. But often, this transit is a short transit. It can pass off without much drama. But this year, because number of planets are already in Sagittarius, Saturn is there, Ketu is there, Jupiter is there. So Venus is going to have conjunctions with them. There are going to be two wars, first with Jupiter, then with Saturn, conjunction with Ketu, and also stuck between Ketu and Saturn. So a lot of things happening that are disturbing and difficult. So the thing to remember is that you have to look at your own chart to see what does Venus rule for you. Is he ruling your ascendant? Then, of course, this is a very key transit for you, Taurus and Libra. What house he's ruling in your chart. So all of us will be two areas of our life that Venus rules. Therefore, it can be complex. Then what is your dasha? And especially those of you who are in Venus Bhukti, then this transit affects you. Bhukti or Antara is another name for Bhukti, the Sabdasha of Venus. If you are in Sabdasha of Venus, then this 25-day transit is a bit complex for you. And of course, if your moon is in Venus's sign, and finally, how much balancing you do with your life. What are you doing in your life to protect yourself from these unsettled transit? Venus is also Karaka for a relationship. So as a Karaka planet and the transit is trouble, that means that relationship area for everybody is going through some sort of a difficult energy. Of course, you can't say that the whole world is facing difficult because Venus has gone into this place. But what you can think is that some of you are more practical and you're more wise about how you deal with the issues. But this particular transit has the ability and volatility to bring up unexpected aspects. So it is important to look at that and to see how relationships are there and pay special attention to your relationships and try to avoid confrontational, argumentative, just creating issues or reacting to issues. Wait till the end of this transit. Actually, this transit ends rather well because Venus goes into Vargottama and then it goes out of it into Capricorn, and it's not part of the 26th of December eclipse. So that's a big thing. So this few days of disturbed energy is important to sort out. So the first and most important thing is that Venus comes into Sagittarius through Gandanta. So 19th, 20th is Gandanta, and it is unsettled energy. And things happen sometimes with this Gandanta energy. So just be aware of it and remember that. Then 23rd to 25th is the first of the wars that Venus takes place. And this war is with Jupiter. So planetary wars happen when planets go within 1 degree of each other. Although the belief is that Venus always wins the war, in my experience, when two planets are in war, it is always complicated. And these are the two gurus. They are fighting for supremacy. Who has more knowledge, who's wiser, whose subject is better. So they can, you may find that you're being pulled into different directions. You may be conflicted about the choice of your personal guru. You may be conflicted about the choice of what education you want to do. And Sagittarius is the house of Dharma, and the Lord of Dharma, Jupiter, is in Sagittarius, but this conflict is there. So watch out 23rd to 25th of November, but 24th is the exact conjunction. Then on 3rd of December, Venus has a conjunction with Ketu. This is just 1 day, and it will, but sometimes this Ketu conjunctions will throw up some issues, and especially regarding relationships. And you may feel rejected by somebody said something, or you may feel that you are not being loved properly. But it's just 1 day to watch out for that. The second war is with Saturn, which is from 10th to 12th of December. And the exact Saturn-Venus conjunction is on 11th of December. So the Saturn-Venus can suddenly throw up a challenge, block something. Often I've seen that during Saturn-Venus conjunctions, they happen every year. You may see some kind of negative weather pattern. It can be, tornado or tsunami or something like that. One of the tsunamis, 2 tsunamis actually, that happened with this, the Indonesian tsunami, and then the Katrina hurricane actually, all happened with Venus-Saturn conjunction. So I'm always watching out for some disturbed water energy. And also regarding relationships, you may find that the situation is very blocked and you're not actually getting anywhere. If you are trying to resolve some issue, you are in some argument or discussion. So I would personally advise that throughout this period from 20th of November to 12th, when the Saturn war gets over, you are just not making any confrontational energy with the relationships, and just trying to think about it, and you're also not thinking clearly. So waiting after that is much better. So what happens is on the 12th, Venus goes into the last part of Sagittarius, which is Vargottama. And then it will leave Sagittarius and go into Capricorn. This is a very important thing because Sagittarius is where all the planets are gathering. This is where the eclipse is happening. I'm going to post an eclipse videos immediately after this one, so watch out for that. But Venus is not involved in it. So this is a big positive point. And it is moving away on the 15th with being in Vargottama in a position of dignity. And so how does it affect you? And we start with Aries. Now for Aries, Venus rules the 7th house, and 7th house is house of relationships. So you may find that there is genuine dispute in relationship, some obstacle comes with spouse, and you have to watch all the dates, the Gandanta, the Jupiter, the Saturn wars, and the Ketu conjunction. So think about this, that this next month, things are not easily resolved for you. You also have Mars in your seventh house during this transit. So you are being more dominating and thinking about relationships, and it's very easy for arguments to erupt. So I would say that is your key message for the this transit. Taurus is Venus is your ascendant ruler or moon lord, whichever one you're looking at, and uh, Sagittarius is the eighth house. Jupiter is in the eighth house, Saturn is in the eighth house, the 26th December eclipse is in the eighth house. So this is not at all an easy transit for you. And you should know that there can be unexpected consequences of your action. So do everything very slowly, with wisdom and knowledge and calmly. And I think it's quite important to accept that sometimes energy is not going our way. So if it's not going our way, then trying to make it go our way is more difficult. But the acceptance and just working through this, it's 25 days, out of which really the last 3 days are quite positive. And the main thing for you also is that your ruling planet is not in the eclipse of December. Gemini, um, Sagittarius is your seventh house, and seventh house has got a lot of planets there. Venus is a good planet for you. Generally, Venus's transit in your seventh house would be good for relationships, but because Venus is with Jupiter in all these complicated situations, to wars and Ketu conjunction, I would say that this is important time to be careful, especially a lot of outside interference, a lot of issues are there, and maybe not all of them are resolvable. So it is important for you not to try to resolve those things and not try to be confrontational, because Mercury, your Lagna Lord or Moon Lord, is also going to come into Sagittarius, so further adding to the drama that is happening. Cancer, Venus is in the sixth house, and it is, fourth house ruler. It's with a number of planets. I would say that it is maybe some things to do with house, also with your earnings are affected. Venus also rules the 11th house for Cancer. So financial issues, there can be all sorts of obstacles. Be careful about investing. This is not a good time to get a new home or move home, but you may find that there are some issues regarding property that you are dealing with. And same thing about earning money. If there's an obstacle, it's a short period of time. Just take care and react to situations rather than create more situations. Leo, Venus rules your 10th house and also your third house. So career may be not so secure. You may feel that there's things happening and situations are not in your hand. Secondly, Sagittarius is your fifth house. So fifth house is to do with creativity, higher mind. Purva Punya. Purva Punya means past life good luck. And the eclipse taking place, all sorts of things happening here. That means you may feel that you're not totally, luck is not favoring you. And especially work-wise, there's a lot of unsettled energy. So don't unsettle it more. Just, allow this time to pass, and that will be the wise thing to do. Virgo, Venus again is a very good planet for you, but it is in with all this dramatic energy. It rules your second house and it rules your ninth house. So second house is dealing with money, especially with savings. And ninth house is father and guru and advisor. It's a part of this fourth house energy. So important for you to be careful with your finances and savings. This is not a time to plan any new saving program. Wait till Venus leaves Sagittarius. So that's only 15th of December. It's not a long transit. And as far as if you feel that you don't know what you want to study, or you feel the advice you're getting is wrong, because that is possible during this time that you can get some wrong advice. So be conscious of that too. Libra, again, Venus is your Lagna Lord. So right up to 12th of December, he's not in a good position. He's actually transiting your third house. And third house is always about courage, confidence, willpower, and I want to do something, I want to make things happen. But this is not the time to make things happen. This is the time to pass one day at a time. And if things are obstructive to you, then you take it in your stride, and wait till after Venus has crossed this hurdle. Normally, Venus will do these things in a year, but this year it's doing it all together, one after the other, three conjunctions together. So just be careful with the choices you make, and remember there can be unexpected consequences that you're not thinking clearly just now. Scorpio, Venus rules your seventh house. So definitely about relationships for you. And Venus is in your second house to do with money and finances. And Venus also rules your 12th house, which is expenses. So you are careful about your spending. You are careful about relationships, because don't be confrontational. Try to avoid trying to resolve situations. What happens is when these energies are disturbed, we feel we want to resolve the situations, whereas normally it's better to do the other way around, that wait till this transit is over and then decide what you want to do and how you want to resolve things that come in your way. Sagittarius, of course, everything is happening for you. So the only good news for Sagittarius is that all these planets are transiting, and Saturn is going to move away from Sagittarius. Too much outside interference, too many people telling you what to do. You're going to have 6 planets in Sagittarius, and Venus is not going to be there. He's just transiting for the 25 days. Venus is not your best planet, but for you, the transit to watch is the Jupiter-Venus war, which is between 23rd to 25th of November. And you're, maybe some people are criticizing you and they are not agreeing with your point of view. And it doesn't have to be a war. It is little argument is okay, but, know your boundaries with it. And Venus will move away. And that is the main thing. Secondly, just watch out for relationship energy, because all these planets are aspecting your 7th house as well. So not only they are in your ascendant 7th house, that means a lot of interference between you and other people as well. Capricorn, this Venus is your best planet, but Venus is not in a good position. So as a best planet not being in a good position, that means it's not giving you opportunities and luck. Plus all these transits are in your 12th house. So 12th house is the house of expenses, loss, efforts that don't get reward. 12th house is also the house of spirituality and moksha. So you may think doing something more spiritual and not being so concerned about the results you get. If you have to do something, it is important to do it. Don't block yourself from making the effort, because the reward will come at a later date, maybe not just now. Nothing gets unrewarded. So keep that in mind. Aquarius, Venus is your very good planet. It is in your 11th house, so it's relatively easier for you to deal with than Capricorn. Number of sources of income are coming to you. The number of energies are there, but just be conscious. And the Venus Saturn conjunction between 10th to 12th, and the war between Venus Saturn, just take care. I think it can still give you opportunities, but if some unexpected over the top earning plan is coming, then treat it with care, because it may not be what it seems to be. Pisces, Venus is not your best planet. Everything is happening in your 10th house. And most important is the Venus-Jupiter war, which is 23rd to 25th, and 24th of November is when the exact conjunction is. So that is the main one to watch. You may feel conflicted. You may feel people are taking advantage of you, or there may be some kind of disagreement with your ideas, but it's definitely not the time to discuss, to deal with. Lots of things happening for you as far as work is concerned. 10th house is relatively a good position, but sometimes it's too much burden, too many things happening. So focus on what is important. And, after the 5th of November, actually, then Jupiter is not involved with the thing. So you can be a spectator and watch what is happening. So thanks everybody again, and remember to subscribe and press the bell notification. And as I was saying, that there's a lot of new stuff that I'm going to be posting, and way more than twice a week, because there's so much information that I want to get out for 2020, and then the normal things that I post. So do remember to subscribe, and I appreciate you a lot, and thank you again.